something that I could recommend to you that you could do later on if you want. Find a way to do a Twitch integration system with it, because that makes any roguelite always fun. When the chat can ruin a Twitch streamer's game, it's always fun.
That's actually a very good idea. Yeah, you know what? I will note that down, because we are looking for ways to basically get more people to stream the game, just to get it more well known. I'm just writing it. That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean we are in fact actually working already. Like we will add some more stuff to this game. Maybe we'll even do a DLC at some point. We'll see about that. But we are already working on a new game at this point. And
will you be able to sell the soundtrack separately?
It's yes. You can buy it on Steam. You can buy it on GOG. And it's also on Spotify. So I can really
good.
I can recommend it.
That's always a bonus for any game that has a great soundtrack. I want to have that soundtrack separate. Like I really do. Like I've had to go through and rip a lot of different soundtracks from other games because they had bangers in it. Like the Twisted Metal games.
Oh yeah.
Put the DVD in the CD player and play all the songs.
Oh yeah, back in the day. That's a pity, man. I loved, like, back in the day. The Quake 2 soundtrack was basically one of the most played CDs back in the day, and the Descent 2 soundtrack was also really great. So yeah, it was great when you had when you could just like play them in a CD player.
Oh yeah. You got anything, Aaron?
Well, I think for everybody out there that wants to play this game, it's on sale, right?
It is on sale currently. Yes, on Steam, 25% off, and we're probably gonna have another sale on GOG also within the next month or so. So yeah, no, it's a good opportunity.
Nice.
Ooh, there was a question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Another audience question. So most of the audience is aspiring game developers. And this game, would you consider it a success?
Yes. I mean, it is. Well, I mean, first of all, it hardly cost anything to make. we had a very limited budget, and most of the people working on it did it in their free time. So we don't have the problem as a game like Concord that cost $400 million. And we have. I don't want to say the exact number, but let's just say, like, if you look at how much like the average indie game sells on Steam, then we are actually, I mean, the average indie game on Steam doesn't sell 1,000 copies, and we are definitely beyond that. We are actually in the like top 15% or so. So I would consider that a success, definitely. Considering it's our first game, and I have to say that we really did not do everything the way you should do it. For instance, marketing-wise, we made the classic mistake of starting, finishing the game, and then we said, like, okay, now we have the game finished. Surely now it will sell because it's a good game. But yeah, like actually, like then the real marketing, the marketing and the real grind only starts. And so we made the mistake of basically starting marketing way too late. But it kind of worked out in the end, and we definitely know better for our next title, and we made a lot of new contacts. Like it's not just about the money that we earned, it's also about like the people we met and the contacts we made and the experience we gained and everything. So in both of these respects, I would say it was a success.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Would you recommend? Okay, because I know there's Steam, there's GOG, there's also another website that people can buy games from. What would you recommend new game artists start on?
On what platform they should release, or
right?
Yeah. I mean, I do not have experience personally with Epic Store, so I can't really comment on them. Okay. But I mean, Steam is just the biggest platform. It's just it has the monopoly. They do take 30% of they do take their cut of 30%.
Absolutely.
Which is it is what it is. I mean, you do get a lot of exposure that way, and it is in the end still worth it. So, I mean, yeah, it's not a particularly creative answer, I guess, but yeah, Steam is the most important, and we are also on GOG, and I think it's a close second. It's definitely good to be on GOG. They are a little bit more, I guess picky when it comes to what titles they take. Like in Steam, you pay $100, and unless you upload like literal malware or something, they will they will take your game. And with GOG, it's a bit more involved. They have like you have like a personal somebody who is responsible for you, and yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, it's worth it. So I don't know. I think I can absolutely recommend for everybody to try to get on those two platforms at least. I mean, there is of course also itch.io, which is for indie games probably also pretty valuable. I mean, sure, if you start out, if you make like a demo or something, I'm pretty sure like I think the guy who made Vampire Survivors first had it on itch.io, like when he had like this very first version who he uploaded after like 2 months or something. You just upload it to itch.io because it's like the easiest. So if you start out and you have a little demo or whatever, probably should go to itch.io. Even though, I mean, depending if you do something that is, I don't know, politically incorrect or something, they might delete you. Like I have made experiences with itch.io in that regard as well. So yeah, so there's that.
There was a question I was going to ask you. It's have you ever needed to cut content because you guys dreamed something bigger than what your skill gap was?
All the time. Like so much has landed on the cutting room floor. Like we had all these ideas for like crazy boss fights and like different play modes, and actually we wanted to do like way more levels, and yeah. So the short answer is yes, like a lot. So I mean, idea wise, we could probably make, I don't know, 3 DLCs or something if we had the time for it.
So if any of the DLCs do come out, it's going to be like on a back burner of stuff that you wanted to do that you could get to for the release.
It's a little bit on the back burner because the more like things we have in the pipeline currently is like we want to release the game with more localizations. We're currently working on a Japanese localization, for instance, and want to also then market the game in Japan. That's something we are working on at the moment, and we are also already working on a new game, as I said, and we might want to try and get it on Switch. Like, would be great because obviously that's also a huge market. But let's see. It would be great, but let's see if we can do it. Right. if they want to have us.